tell somebody something, but didn't ask a question. Jesus was full of questions, but he knew everything. Come on, all-knowing God, concerned about you. He know your answer, but he just want to know. He want to see if you're going to sit back and tell a lie. Keep asking your question. This was something I used to do to my baseball players all the time, and it's funny because it's a godly principle. In this situation, what do you do? And I wait on their response and see how quickly they would respond. And a day later, I'd ask the same question to somebody else in front of that person. I ain't tripping off the next person's response. I'm looking at the person I asked the question to the day before. Because if it didn't click in their head, they didn't learn anything. How often is it that God asks us a question and then poses that question through somebody else the very next day? Lord, why can't I do such, such, such? And you run into somebody that's asking the same question. But God answers, he's like, well, how do you handle this? And you start telling God about all the good things you do. And then you run into somebody else the very next day. They go through the same issues, the same mess. Wait a minute. Same question that you posing, they thinking in their head. But watch this. When God asked them that question, they start telling you everything that's good about them. Just like you did. But wait a minute. Instead of telling them, ask a question. Because this is how conversation gets started, right? You ask a question, you say, but what part did you play in? Now they gotta answer you honestly, right? But here's the problem. We can do that with other people, but we don't do it with ourselves. We'll miss that the very next day because guess what? The same situation goes on. And I used to do that with every player on the team. And finally, after about a week or so, I bring them all together and I ask the same question just to see who learned. God don't test you, but he shows you through time what you've learned. And many times we fail to learn anything because what we said was, shoot, I did such, 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 and they need to do this, and they owe me. Wait a minute, if they owe you, you got a hole somewhere. Because you got a need. God prophesied, he said, I'm going to increase you. And I'm going to put more weight on you. I'm going to put more people on you to pour from what's on the inside of you. But I want you to get something. I got a plot of dirt outside. We call it a lawn. And I can plant as many seeds, different types of seeds as I want in this lawn. When in the hell did you ever hear my lawn sit back and say, stop? Don't put nothing else on me. Anybody ever heard the dirt say anything? Wait a minute. Anybody ever seen an apple tree sit back and be like, pick something else to see if I don't smack the hell out of you? You ever heard an apple tree do that? How is it that we're the fruit of God? We're the very plants of God, but we got something to say? But I'm going to put something on you. I'm going to put a little weight on you. But watch this. It ain't going to get heavy because I'm going to need people to pick it off for you. Wait a minute, watch this. A lot of times the issues that you have and you give to God, he'll let somebody else pick it up that really want it. That sounds crazy. That sounds kind of mean, don't it? He said, I'm going to make those who's going against me suffer. That means they pick up your suffering. And now you got to help them get out of their suffering. But we can't do it because our number one confession in life is we suffering. How bad things really are. I serve a God that's good. I put weight on his name. I put weight on his character. But everything that I'm talking about balances him out with suffering. It's called an idol. And this is what God is really, really, really trying to get us out of. Just doing a little teaching, doing a little teaching, doing a little teaching. If I lost you, so what? The towns will be inhabited and the ruins rebuilt. Wait a minute. I'm going to go up on it. I'm going to go back to verse 8. Y'all read verse 8. But you mountains of Israel will produce branches and fruit for my people, Israel. For they will soon come home. I'm concerned for you and will look on you with favor. And you will be plowed and sown. I need to touch plowed and sown. And I will cause many to live on you. Yes, all of Israel. The towns will be inhabited and the ruins rebuilt. Anybody ever seen a fight where it just seemed like everything got destroyed? You know, we look at this as on a huge scale. But your house is your town. Your block is your town. Your family is your town. Anybody family just scattered everywhere? Just all over the place. Can't nobody come together on one accord. Don't nobody really like each other. They only like you if you got something to give. But God said, I'm going to put it on you. And the way I'm going to start this is, I need you to see yourself as a plot of dirt. You got to be tilled. Is that what the word just said? Well, the tilling process is a digging process. But watch this. I'm not digging deep. I'm just breaking up your surface. I'm breaking up what you've been using as a covering. Watch this. Nothing grows on hard soil. Nothing grows in a hard heart. Anybody got some enemies? How about some frenemies? Better yet, just some niggas you don't like. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be real with you. Ain't no sense in playing with you. Well, you know what? That's not holy. I got enough of them. Shut up. Because there's some folks that you just don't like. Well, better yet, some folks that just don't like you.
Yeah.
And God got to till your soil. But your soil is your heart. It's the insides of you. He got to break up everything that's hard around you. So, them niggas you don't like, he got to go in there and you know, it's a lot of different tools to break up and till soil. You know, they got the heavy machinery with the circular saws in it that do a lot of cutting and breaking roots up. You know, roots of anger, depression, unforgiveness, sexual immorality, loneliness and rejection. Then you might have some star-like things that you can do by your hand, and you just got to put a little back into it and just go back and forth. But wait a minute, it's going back and forth. It just ain't a one-time deal. It's back and forth. So you're going to go through it a few times. And, wait a minute, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to hurt. Because God said, I got to remove every impurity out of you. Who wants an apple with a worm in it? Who wants their beef with maggots on it? Well, guess what? This is what we've been serving up to people, are maggots. Maggots come to put holes in the meat. Oh, you see holes in the meat. Tired. I mean, and it takes a little time to do it. But this is the time we've been wasting because we've been all about I. We failed to answer the question. Part of this tilling process is being honest. Because if Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life, and no one can come to the Father except through him, somebody got to start telling the truth. Well, I don't be lying. I just don't tell it all. Still a lie. Well, I be telling it, but I don't be remembering everything. That means I got a piece of the truth, right? It's still a lie. I used to get whoopings because I would tell the events of what happened, but I'd always leave out what I did. I told the truth. Well, watch this. How many times we get whooped in Jesus? Having to go through the same mess tilling over and over and over. And I ain't doing the two-step, I'm tilling. But I'm only tilling a patch of the life that you've been dealing with. What if it's your whole life, your whole heart? But wait a minute. These things are done to aerate, maybe bring holes in a hard place. It breaks the surface. It breaks up what you've been hiding. What you've been covering up. What you threw on top. So now I can sow some seed into the ground. So now God can sit back and say, you know what? The nutrients for joy are there. Let me throw a seed of joy. Matter of fact, give me that bag. Quit playing, Jesus. Give me the bag. Pops, don't you think that's way too much for that little bitty place? They're going to need a whole lot of joy because they got a whole bunch of miserable people coming their way. You reap what you sow, so if you've been a miserable person, you need a whole lot of joy because you're going to have a whole lot of them type folks coming your way. Oh, Jesus, did I just say that out loud? Yes, I did. Amen. Let me. Bag, Jesus. Give me the truth bag. They've been lying so doggone much. Give me some more. They've been lying a lot. That was just for their mom and daddy. Come on, give me some more. It's for that cat that they was lying to.
Lord have mercy.
Come on, Pops. You got a whole mound of seeds. Give me the bag, boy. Because he had to go deep. He got to put a whole lot of truth in you because guess what? You didn't believe a lie so long that the lie been your truth. God said, I'm concerned about you. That's why I got two in the lane. Because guess what? I got to have something for these people to come back to. Because he say all of them coming home. All of them coming home. Wait a minute, you can take that in two fashions. Your family jacked up, they coming home. They coming home. The question is, what they coming home to? That's a hell of a question. Wait a minute. He's concerned about you. I guess that's why he's tilling the land. Question mark? What you gonna do? Period. They coming home. Are you gonna be prepared to give them something? Or are you gonna keep the cycle alive? Tilling them, sowing into them, making them grow, bringing greatness to them, bringing fruitful to them. It takes time. It takes time. But how much time are we wasting? Because every time, because I don't know about nobody else in their life, but he had to come through with the heavy machinery on me. You know, I had a lot of rejection in my life. So he said, because them roots ran deep, I got to go deeper than what the average thing is because you covered up for a whole lot of years. So I'm going to go a little deeper and I'm just going to tear up the land altogether. So he come through with the heavy machinery. He got the two circular saws and the doggone chainsaw in the back and everything just went to and I'm like, ah! But you want to know where my eye was? Every loving situation that I had to deal with. God kept putting people in my path that needed love. Because I rejected it. Because it was rejected from me. I'm sorry. God had to create create some holes to fill it. God promised to restore. Promised to restore. I want you to think about, anybody ever been jumping? Go to Goodwill, you go to a rummage sale, or that chair back there came from a rummage sale. And dude say you can have it for $1. And I say, okay. But why would I spend $1 on that chair? It sucks. Didn't have no legs on it. The bottom was ripped out. It had no padding in it. The exterior was kind of scruffy. This is what he told me. He said, I'll give it to you for $1. And here go the legs. You can figure out how to put them on yourself because I gave up. This is what I want you to do. Go to the store. Go get you some stuff. Some padding. And don't worry about the rough parts of the chair because you can stitch them up if you need to. Take a steam cleaner and clean the outside. But this is how the Lord told me to do it. And He brought this back to my remembrance last night. I bought this chair. I had a white Jimmy, stuck it in the back. And I was just so proud of this chair. Now mind you, I had bought all kinds of treasures at this rummage sale. I had bought silver and crystal and everything else. All of that's gone. But that's still here. I hope you caught that. Because the things that most people find of value always go away. But it's the things that you have to restore in your life that you hold on to, that you keep. This is how God does things. Because God told me something. So I want you to do something. I want you to go to the store, buy this stuff. I want you to stuff this chair. Stick your hand up in the guts and stuff this thing. Because real talk, if it ain't comfortable to nobody else, it ain't no good to you. If you ain't comfortable to nobody else, you're no good to Him. Jesus came to bring comfort. He had to shake some stuff up, but He had to bring comfort. When you need some comfort in life, who you call on? Wait a minute. He's reliable, is He not?
Yes.
When you sit in the chair, you know it ain't gonna fall, and neither will He.
Right.
So you gotta stuff that thing and make it comfortable for other people. Don't trip off how you feel about it. Make it comfortable for other people.
Chill,
I want you to sit back. Don't trip off the outside yet. Go get the cushion and add another pad to it. Because it gotta have something on the inside to hold up everything else.
Feel the hole.
He said, I want you to flip this thing over. I want you to go get your drill. And I want you to drill into this old wood. And for folks that know, that chair that been sitting there for a little while, one of the legs had kicked out because I didn't quite put the leg on right. Well, it's on firm foundation right now. You drill into that joint. And I want you to go take your little bitty piece of wood. And I want you to tack it up in there. Nail it together. Don't let nothing come to the outside where it's sticking people. Because the last thing we want to do is have our issues from the inside sticking, folks. Then I want you to go take the longest screws you can and drill the joints down in there. So all of a sudden these legs are on there and this chair is strong and I couldn't get this one leg on and I got lazy. That's what the Lord said. Just because you ain't on all your legs don't mean you can't be used. Just because you ain't in perfect foundation, because you ain't in perfect standing, maybe because you don't look all that great to everybody else, don't mean you can't be used. Because this is what you're here for. And until you get honest with yourself to stand up straight and see my salvation, I'm still going to have people see you. They still don't use you. And I'm sitting there like, This is my life. I'm that old raggedy chair that, real talk, I wouldn't have spent $1 on myself. Most people could get that chair done in a week, a few days. It took me 7 years to come to a place of honesty in myself. To say, you know what, no longer am I posing. Because that's literally what the church was doing. That one leg was kicked out, posing. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Lord, don't let that chair fall if anybody sit in it. Don't let it happen. Please don't. And he's like, if I let you fall again, somebody else sit on you. Somebody needs you to be in place. See what was funny was, that piece of furniture was one of the first things I got in this house. And I had that thing sitting right there at the door. Because it was the proudest piece that I had. It was the first. This is how God feel about you. Raggedy, scruffy, holy. I ain't talking about the right kind of holy, but holy. He see you just like I saw that as a centerpiece in my house. That chair is a piece of crap. Not to the one that worked on it. Not the one that had to invest in it. And in this season, God says, I'm going to show you your idols so that you can understand that I've been investing in you. I've really been invested in you. You ain't seen the return on your investment yet. But one hole at a time. You fill a house up one piece at a time.
Amen. Yes.
Watch this. You populate the world one child at a time. Sometimes you get the anomaly, but for most people it's one at a time. You take one step at a time. God chooses one. Can't trip off everybody else. Because real talk, that's what the world tells you. Trip off everybody else. Because if everybody ain't one, you ain't nothing. You got to look like everybody else and do what everybody else say. But God said, I need one. I need one stranger. One eyeball. One broken down person. And I'll change the world with that person. We win kingdom back, one person at a time. Well, no, I was called to 500. Well, who was with them the next day? And the day after? And the day after? And the day after? And the day after? Who was living off of them? Who was letting themselves be available to say, you know what, my land is cool. Come on, sit down. My joy is cool. Come on, sit down. Hey man, my anointing is all right. Come on and sip off of it. Come on, sip on this. You've been sipping on that yacht. Come sip on this anointing. Come sip on this word. You've been puffing on this and puffing on that. Come puff on the glory of God. But wait a minute. That chair was the first. And what's funny is the Lord said, I need you to strategically place this chair. Just like you've been strategically placed in the place in which you are. Strategically placed. So if you see a bunch of hell, it's normally a reflection of you. Seeing a bunch of problems, it's a reflection of you. And in the process of this, you've been strategically placed because it's something in you that they need from you so that you all can grow. It's a scripture I'm going to go to. And I'm going to shut it down. We'll pick it back up next week. Start at verse 24. For I will take you out of the nations. I will gather you from all the countries and bring you back into your own land. I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you will be clean. I will cleanse you from all your impurities and from all your idols. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. I will put my spirit in you and move you. Wait a minute. I will put my spirit all in you and move you. I will put my spirit in you and move you. Oh, Jesus. Do I need to say anything more? I'm going to go there anyway. To follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. Then you will live in the land I gave you your ancestors, and you will be my people, and I will be your God. I will save you from all your uncleanness. I will call you for the grain and make it plentiful, and I will not bring famine upon you. I will increase the fruit of the trees and the crops of the field, so that you will no longer suffer disgrace among nations because of famine. Then you will remember your evil ways and wicked deeds, and you will loathe yourselves for your sins and detestable practices. I want you to know that I am not doing this for your sake, declares the sovereign Lord. I'm going to turn my back, y'all, because I want you to know I'm not doing this for your sake, oh my gosh, declares the sovereign Lord. I'll skip down to 33. This is what the sovereign Lord says. On the day I cleanse you from all your sins, I will resettle your towns and ruins to be rebuilt. The desolate land will be cultivated instead of lying desolate. In the sight of all who cultivated it, all who cultivated it instead of lying desolate in the sight of all who passed through it. They will say, this land was laid waste, has become like the Garden of Eden. I'm going to go back to 35 because that's where I want it to be. In your Bible, I need you to kind of highlight that. This land that was laid waste. Wait a minute. This Negro that dressed himself up, but real talk on the inside, he looked like he looked to you today. Holy. All jacked up. Retarded. This is not how you are supposed to preach a sermon, preacher. But my land was laid waste. But I want you to understand, God said, I'm going to restore the land back as if it was the Garden of Eden. There was no lack in the Garden of Eden. There were no worries in the Garden of Eden. There was no anxiety in the Garden of Eden. There was no stress in the Garden of Eden. Wait a minute. There wasn't no argument in the Garden of Eden. Every provision and every want was met in the Garden of Eden. Pastor, he talked about heaven. Jesus prayed that what the Father wanted in heaven, it could be done on earth. So I guess that would make it today. Because I'm on earth today. And Jesus is in me now, today. Because he said, I'm going to put my spirit in you. Jesus, Holy Spirit. To move you, watch this, out of the desert and back into Eden. Out of the place that you declare to be so holy. But it's just full of holes. Wait a minute. I'm going to make your ways detestable to you so that you can turn back. I got to expose you. I'm going to make you literally hate yourself and everything about you so that I can remake you. Wait a minute. If I don't start with the word I, and I got such a high-mindedness about I, God said, I'm going to destroy that. Ain't that what he just said? I guess that would mean that, you know, that hidden sin we was talking about, pride, it won't exist. You know, that selfishness, it won't exist. All of that pointing the finger at everybody else, it won't exist. Because if indeed you see a need and you won't meet it, you the fool. And I just say that out loud. I did. How many of us been seen a need, spoke on the need, and didn't do it? Wait a minute, is it that they didn't know how or they didn't have no motivation? It really don't matter, does it? It need to get done. And if God showed it to you, wait a minute, put it in front of you, moved you to it, and you ignored it. Prison pose. No, nigga, that ain't my job. You blessed me and you favored me, but you didn't favor me to help them. You blessed me and you favored me, but I don't love them. You might, but I don't. Wait a minute. I love them, but I only love them today or yesterday or when they doing something for me. Or when they got something for me. When they make me feel good. Ask the dirt when you till it, does it feel good? Did it say a mumbling word? Wait a minute, hold on. That was yet another that got the hell beat out of him. Cat of nine tails. You know, the little leather things on top of a whip, and it had like little razor blades on the edge of them. And every time, but the razor blades actually had hooks in them, like fishing hooks. But they was made out of razor blades. And they beat him, and every time they hit him, they ripped the skin off his back. Wait a minute. Somebody asked, do you got anything to say for yourself? I hear crickets. And that's what they heard, crickets. Because he had no mumbling words to say. Wait a minute. Put them on. You know, we talk about the cross, but it was really a T. It wasn't a T, it was just like a capital T instead of a lowercase t. You know, one boy across, one boy down. Because they didn't want you to have nothing to rest your head on. And they take iron spikes. Wait a minute, they said the nail prints in his hands, they really they hit him through the wrist. Because if they put him in his hands, the flesh would tear. So they put him in his wrists. Oh, I'm sorry. Then they crossed his feet, but they actually drove the stake through the legs. Because again, the feet would tear. They wanted him to have ability. And they put a stud under the feet. So he had to hold himself up because every time he sagged, it would tear. It was more pain. He didn't say a word. He didn't say a word. Wait a minute, he saw a need for you and me. In all our detestable ways. All our holes. And what he said was, I'm going to take on holes in my whole body for you. I'm going to take on holes in places that don't nobody ever want to pierce them. And I'm going to do it unto death. But I ain't going to say nothing. Because by me not saying anything, I'm now sowing a seed into you as an example. I'm now giving you something to look at as an example of what a humble person really is. I'm giving you an example of what the world don't look like and what you will. This is your cause. Take up your cross daily if you want to follow me. I got to take on my holes. But I don't take on the holes from the world. I take on those from God. Tilling of the land, breaking up my exterior, my hard parts, my thugisms, my childishness, my extracurricular, I want to be a whole activities, my drunkenness, I got a need to get high to escape isms. I'm tired of this Negro here. Me and my pride. No, I got the here. Some more tilling. Let's go. You need some hoes from God. But these are the hoes that we get because the world been, come here, bad. And we take it. And we like it. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Then why you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again? God's really, in this particular prophecy, just prophesying that I'm going to break the insanity of what they've been telling you. I'm going to break the insanity of the knowledge and religion that they gave you. Because I don't mean no harm, but every church that's opened ain't opened in the name of God. They may have a beautiful cross and they speak Jesus, but real talk, they may be speaking their own idols. Everybody that come to you in the name of the Lord ain't in the name of the Lord. Wait a minute, Jesus even told his disciples, hold on, bro. They doing this and they casting devils in your name, but they ain't with us. And he said, don't stop them. It's less work for you. And he also said that, you cast devils and this, that, and other in my name, but I don't know you. Get away from me. You can't come up here where we at. Ain't no restoration for you. Because you did it in your power. Oh, Jesus. You did it under your idol. Wait a minute. You emptied out houses and created more holes for them. But you never gave them the one who could fill them. You were never the example of a filler. You weren't my representative. What you represented was you. Your brand. Your name. And you tried to patent it with your hoe. Because you told your story. And it was your trademark. I only know of one person who got a trademark on the hoes. And up to Doubting Thomas, and Doubting Thomas didn't believe that it was Jesus. Say, here, you don't believe me? Put your fingers in my hole. See, when they come from God, you let somebody touch your hole. You can't have my depression. You can't touch my anger. Because if you touch my anger, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. You can't reject me. Wait a minute, Thomas was rejecting his Lord and Savior. And Jesus said, here, put your hands in the rejection. Come on, get you some of this. You don't believe me? Come on, get you some of this. It don't hurt me. If it really came from God, why in the hell does it hurt you? I'm sorry. I'm being 100 real here. Because there's a lot of places in our lives that real talk, we don't call holes, but if you really want to determine if it's a hole, if somebody else touches it, does it hurt you? If it hurts you, it ain't from God. The blessings of God make us rich and have no sorrow. So if I'm sad about somebody touching my hole, that hole in my life when my daddy wasn't there. And I got daddy issues. I don't like my daddy, but I want my daddy. I love my daddy, but I can't stand my daddy. I look like my daddy, but I don't want to look like my daddy. I sound like my daddy, and I can't stand the fact that I sound like my daddy. I act like my daddy, and I ain't never been around him. I don't want to be like my daddy. I want to be like somebody else. So now I got anger. I got frustration. Every time somebody tells me, just like your daddy, I'll be ready to punch you dead in the face. You touch my hole. You touch my hole. You touch my hole. It wasn't given from God, so what I gotta do? Lord, I got a hole in my life. from where either somebody wasn't there. Well, I ain't like him. I ain't like that nigga. Now you know your father. I know, but I didn't like him. I kept him away. Daddy was in the hospital. Don't want to go see Daddy in the hospital. Checking on him. Still. Don't go back out there today. Make sure he alright. Call first. I already prayed to get out. I don't like going to the hospital. But, Lord, I got a hole. I need some healing in my hole. I need something filled in my hole. Here was what was funny. My hole was already filled, but I rejected the one that was there to fill it because guess what? It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't the I. It didn't come the way I wanted it. I wanted an answer from God. I didn't want the answer he gave me. He asked me a question. And guess what? It was a question mark without a period. Because I didn't respond. This is not a matter of looking at somebody else. And God is literally telling you in this particular sermon today, I'm restoring you. And if you're looking at somebody else in the sermon, if you thought about somebody else, you got a hole. It's a big old gaping hole. And it's called pride. Because there's no way in the world God can be talking about you and all the issues that you got. You messed up enough. It ain't one person in this room that don't look like me right now on the inside. With nothing more than filthy rags. Let me help you out. This is my car rag I'm wearing. This is my car rag. I wash my car with this. Boom. Nothing more than filthy rags. Yeah, your preacher just preached to you when he washes his car. Because that's what we look like on the inside. That's what we look like. But yet, if you got enough time to diagnose somebody else's issues and judge somebody else's issues, just understand that the judgment that comes back to you is going to be just as hard. You know, Christians, you can't judge me. Shut the hell up and pay attention to yourself. You ain't supposed to say hell. Keep judging me and find out where you're going to go. Sorry, that wasn't supposed to go out, but it did leave. These are things that we got to deal with. These are places that we have to begin to explore in ourselves. And our biggest issues are, we've measured ourselves up with the world for so long that our standards are those of the world and not of God. And we've lied to ourselves about these standards and said, oh man, my issues ain't for nobody else to deal with. My Bible says confess your faults unto one another so you can be healed. If you won't confess it, that means you don't have a need for healing. If you won't confess it, you're just a prideful little snot. I'm sorry. Let's be real. If you won't repent, you're prideful. Because basically what you're saying is, I have no need for change. But if I'm walking around and I'm bumping my head up and it's a door. Dang, you try that again. And it won't open. You're not going anywhere. You got to do something different. Duh, how about you just turn the knob? We've been trying to bust through the doors of heaven forever. We've been trying to bust through anointed doors and blessings forever. But we won't change to do anything. Mama did it that way. Grandmama and them did it that way. That's what I saw on church. That's what they did on the T.D. Jakes show. That was T.D. Jakes. He picked one. That was his anointing. That was his assignment. It's kind of like that old special chair. Because that chair's special. Just like you special. So why in the hell are you trying to repeat what everybody else did when you're special? You got your own special time, your own special anointing, your own special fruit, your own special favor. Stop repeating. Stop rehearsing. Come on, let's be real. Jesus was crucified. Crucified king. Crucified religious leader. God picked a special death for him to prove he was alive. And many times God got to go through a special tilling of your heart so he can prove to you that you're still alive. It didn't kill you. It made you strong. Yeah, I had to do a little extra work. But now they can come home. They can come to their senses. They can come to reality. They can stop walking around in insanity thinking that these dumb things that they're doing really make sense. Let us be examples and not doggone parents. Just repeating and trying to act out what we've seen. Somebody pray us out.
Father, for every broken place in our lives, we ask that you mend. For every hurting and wounded place in our lives, we ask that you heal. For every rejected place in our lives, we ask that you help us to come to know our acceptance in you, for you will in no ways cast us out. For every fearful place in our lives, send confidence. For every deceptive place in our lives, send the truth of your word. For every frustrating place in our lives, give us our assurance in you. For every selfish place in our lives, let your love flow, that the love for mankind would flow through us. I thank and praise you that you called us to be a fruitful place in a barren land. I thank and praise you that you have already sown every seed within us to pour out onto this land. I thank and praise you, Father, that you have already ordained for us to be a blessing. And we ask your forgiveness for the many times we failed to be such a blessing to those around us. We ask for your forgiveness, Father, for every time we hindered the seed from being produced and coming forth in our lives because of our own selfish ways, because we had our eyes and our minds stayed upon us and what we got and what people trying to get from us. We ask your forgiveness, Father, for every time we became frustrated when those whom we didn't even like, those who were constantly pulling from us, that we didn't want to pour into them because they were frustrating us and aggravating us and irritating us, Father, that we felt like we were the ones displaced in the land. But I thank and praise you that you called us to be a fruitful land, Father. We praise you right now, Father, that you give us a view from your perspective of what we look like on the inside and cause us to hate the very things that are there. Keep it